Would you rather be right or pursue truth?
It is such a beautiful thing to pursue truth instead of being right. The former is earnest and productive, and the latter is conceited, shallow, and very unproductive. This has really softened how I approach disagreements. I'm more quick to listen and slower to speak. I'm a lot less heated, a lot more willing to admit when I'm wrong. It has just really transformed how I interact with people.
Cool. So I actually do want to do a play-by-play. So we'll bring that back up
It
so we can
is
do that.
such a beautiful thing to pursue truth instead of being right. The former is earnest and productive, and the latter is conceited, shallow, and very unproductive. This
Yes. I think a good way to look at that in general is our actions should pursue a net positive outcome in a sense. Like if our actions are like how she said, one was conceited and another one was more humble. Whatever we do in life, if it's not a positive or shows good character, we probably should avoid it. So let's keep going.
This has really softened how I approach disagreements. I'm more quick to listen and slower to speak. I'm a lot less heated, a lot more willing to admit when I'm wrong. It has just really transformed how I interact.
For me personally, I wasn't really one to argue with people. I didn't enjoy arguing, but I did always think I was right a lot of the times. And that is problematic in itself because that mindset doesn't allow for learning. It doesn't allow for an open conversation in a sense. So, and also there's pride attached to that as well. So for me, I had to eventually learn like you can't have a fruitful conversation if you constantly have this wall up and you're constantly like, oh, I'm always right. I always know what the answer is. And I think it's good to like have a direction. Of course, we have our aim towards Christ all the time. There's always things that we can learn and we can take from other people, apply that to our relationship with Christ rather than, nope, this is where I'm stuck. This is how I'm going to do things. Yeah, even going back to like the attachment styles, like I think a lot of the times how our attachment style is to another person is kind of how we see God. Something I've heard a lot is if you don't have a secure relationship with your father, that's kind of how you look at God also. Just be open to conversation, open to learning, open to hearing other perspectives. And that in turn can be used to glorify God. Question again is, would you rather be right or would you rather pursue truth? Let me know in the comments. Yeah, so always wanting to argue is no fun for the people that surround you. There's a difference between having fruitful conversations that provide growth for both parties and one-sided conversations in hopes of winning a point. I would rather come forward with a humble heart in order to pursue truth and agree to disagree if need be. But what do you guys think? I want to know in the comments. Always lean on God. He will always get you through. Absolutely.
Amen.
No matter what. Absolutely. A soft answer turned away wrath. So the way something is said matters the most. I don't personally need to be right, just the reality, honesty of what took place. Yeah, I definitely agree with that because sometimes if we come off abrasive, that puts people on the defensive. But if you come off soft and feminine, in a sense, you might get a different result. So I definitely agree with that.